Hello and welcome to this webinar in the COVID-19 Inspire Hackathon webinar series. My name is Bente Liljaby. I'm going to be your host, and as you see, I have a panel of experts with me here. You will get to know them shortly. Today, we are going to learn about and discuss how you can publish your maps. We will discover, it will be rather technical today, so be warned or be delighted, depending on who you are. But before we do actually start on the program, we do the normal weather reporting. This is in order for you to familiarize yourself with the chat, because we want to know what the weather is like where you are. And we are also giving people a little bit of time to get onto this webinar room so that they can catch up on everything we say. Okay, Pavel, can I get to know what the weather is like where you are and where you are?
Yeah, well, at the moment I'm located in Pilsen, and as I see from my window, it's sunny. According to the weather report, it's 14 degrees of Celsius with no wind. So that's pretty nice.
A very nice autumn weather in Pilsen.
Yeah.
And then Carol, where are you? And is it a difference in the weather?
Not a big difference. I am near of Prague. Yes, also the nice weather. I don't know what now could be used as correct term. Yes, grandmother summer or Indian summer. I don't know if these terms are now correct enough.
Yes, yes. Well, I think Indian summer. Let's say it's India. The weather is in the warm part of the weather in India. Okay, and you, František, where are you? And what's the weather like?
Okay, hello everyone. Well, I live also in Pilsen, so my weather report will not differ much from Pavel's. So it's after quite a few days of raining, it's finally nice weather and shiny.
Great to hear. So where I am, I can provide a weather report from a different country, further up north in the world. I'm situated in Norway right now, just outside, a little bit northwest of Oslo, our capital city. We have a nice autumn weather, a little bit overcast, not too cold yet, even though it's the 1st of October. So it's very pleasant to go outside. But you were talking about, you are in the same place, Pilsen, so very close to each other. I know for a fact, further up in the north, in particular in the Arctic, where I also have an office, very often the weather is very local. So the normal weather, forecasting is not precise enough. The spatial resolution, which we might be talking about later, is not sufficient. So with that weather report, let us hear from you. Write your report in the chat box. Let us know where you are watching us from. We are very interested in hearing that, and we are interested in your questions and your comments. And if you have the right equipment, I see that somebody already raised their hand. If you have the right equipment, meaning you need a Chrome browser, you need a very stable, good internet connection, a webcam, and a headset. If you have that, I will be able to invite you into the room so that you can comment or ask questions a little bit more detailed than in the chat box. But you are welcome to write in the chat and we will answer the questions. We are going to talk about map publications today. And Carol will start by giving us an introduction to the topic. Then we will talk about the tool called what was the name? It's a QGIS plugin. It's a special QGIS plugin. And then HSLayers will also be introduced later. So that is the program. So there are some tools, an introduction, architecture, and the concept will be introduced, and then you will get some tools. You will learn about some tools. I don't know how long this will take. I assume it will take about an hour, no, sorry, 30, 45 minutes-ish, depending on how active you are. So now you will get to know more about the speakers as well, and they will introduce themselves just before they are speaking. So we start with you, Carol. Can you introduce yourself? And then František will be the one who are actually sharing the screens today. But before you do share, František, we will learn a little bit more about Carol. Then we will turn off our cameras and you will share your screen. So Carol, the floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Karel Charvat. I am from Czech Republic. I am working a long time about geospatial technology. I think that I could be considered as founder or grandfather of Inspire Hackathon starting, I think 3 or 4 years ago. I don't remember already. And I am in some way trying to lead the group, and I'm working for Plan for All and other organizations, but I'm also involved in Open Geospatial Consortium, where I am chairperson for agriculture working group, and I am involved in activity of other organizations like Research Data Alliance, International Society for Precision Farming, and now I'm also representing Plan for All in Geo.
Yes, that's quite a lot, but we know you are very energetic, so this is we're going very fine.
Very old, yes.
No, age is not an issue here. Okay, František, are you ready to share Karel's presentation so he can introduce us to map publishing? We will turn off our cameras. Yeah.
Okay, we will speak today about the Challenge 3, Citizen Science Network for Peer-to-Peer Map Sharing. What is citizen science? It is the possibility to offer to the people, share data, share their experiences, collect data to contribute to the research. There is a lot of things about this citizen science. Very often some points are collecting and other. What is our intention is not to work only with some simple things, but to work directly with maps. Yes, what could be considered a map? You know the map as some printing map, but if you are working with geographic information system, you are working with single layers, and this single layers, it is in a principle map divided into many simple parts, but non-experts don't want to work with layers. The experts want to work with non-experts want to work with maps. And we already many years ago introduced the concept of what we call map or map composition. It is some composition of layers, and people who are not expert can receive this composition and can work. So people who has some knowledge, they can combine the maps and share with others. So this is that we are speaking about this citizen science, and we are not doing this as normal, but really the goal is to be able to share the maps. We are a long time working on the technology, and the goal of this challenge is on one side improve this technology, because any development is never ending, and we would like to make the things better and more easy, but also during this COVID to start to collect map layers and map composition, and we would like also to offer the possibility to share the data and shares the data among different platforms, because very often happens that you are putting the data on one platform and it is difficult to be able to use this data in other platforms. So we are here building the concept that this data could be shared also among the platform or between web and desktop solution. And mainly today's presentation will be about this. Next. Very often can happen that some producer of so-called proprietary or commercial software are telling that only they are able to offer full line where you can manage the data on the web, on the desktop, where you are able to manage the metadata. We would like to show that it is not true and that we are able to build solution which is 100% open source and which can help you to build the data. František will soon explain more about the architecture. So we are focused on the open source technology. We are focused on also on the possibility how we can share data, not have deep knowledge about the web technology. You can, for example, has knowledge how to work with QGIS, which is a very popular open source desktop solution, but or you don't have infrastructure, or you are you never work with this cloud or web tool and you are not able to do this normally. So we develop solutions that installing simple plugin into the QGIS, you are able in one click and putting some parameters very easy to publish and share your data, your maps on the web environment, and then from the web environment you are also able to share with other data on social media. So this is really some new way of the working with the data, working with the maps, and collaborating in country, cross country, how you want. And now I will switch to my colleague František will start, and together with Pavel they will go to more technical details. So František, turn is yours.
Yes, so you can unshare your screen first, František, so we can enjoy your introduction to who you are and what you do first.
Okay, so I've been dealing with GIS technologies for like last 15 years. Most of the time for the commercial sector, but for the last 1.5 years, I'm responsible for the development in all of Karol's organizations. So right now, this is my fun time. Yes.
Well, the reason why we were laughing, sorry for that, is that we know that Karol has so many activities and so many organizations. That's why we were very respectfully enjoying his capacity. Okay, František, you can share your screen again and let us know about some tools. No, first the further description first. Sorry. Yes.
Yes. So Karol gave like general introduction to the tools, but let's now look at the components of the map data publishing workflow in more detail. I'm sure most of you is familiar with QGIS. QGIS is a powerful desktop GIS software that is extensible with plugins. And as Karol mentioned, we have been developing such a plugin that would enable everyone to create and publish data to the web environment. HSLayers, on the other hand, is completely web-based mapping framework in which you can create your own map applications. And as you will see in a couple of minutes, with the tools provided, you can create and publish data as well. But if you want to publish map data, you need somewhere to store it, and you need some publishing tool to do it. And that is what Layman is. So Layman is some kind of publishing server for map data. Layman is originally a shortcut for Layer Manager, and it allows you to take your data and convert it into OGC standard mapping services like WMS, WFS. And then there is MITSCA, which is simply a metadata catalog. And Layman uses MITSCA for publishing metadata about its services. As you can see on the picture, all of those components are joined in one complex solution. And that being said, there is a need to have some unifying context, as users need to authenticate it somehow and use this in a whole. That is the place for the so-called Digital Innovation Hub, which is built on top of Liferay Content Management System and provides the authentication and authorization technology for the map publishing workflow. You can also see on the picture the connections between those components. You can see that HSLayers-NG and QGIS with the plugin installed can load and save map compositions and can also load and save single layers. And there is of course this arrow from Layman, which is publishing metadata to MITSCA, as I said. Okay, let's now see the technology, the tools in action, and let's start with QGIS plugin, for which Pavel has prepared a video tutorial, which is also available on YouTube, where you can later replay.
Thank you so much, František, for that further description. Let us then learn a little bit about you also, Pavel, before we run the video.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pavel Hayek, and as you already know, I am now in Pilsen in the Czech Republic. And at the moment, I'm on the premises of the Department of Geomatics at the University of West Bohemia in Pilsen, where I work as a member of a staff. Academic staff. And I also work with Karel and with many of his organizations.
Yes. One happy family. So yeah. I think we are ready then to share your pre-recorded explanation of QGIS. That's what we are going to say as learn about. But did you have an introduction? I think you had an introduction. So František, can you?
Yeah, we do.
Share, yeah, the introduction, the screen, yes.
Here you can see that I'm going to talk about QGIS Layman plugin, and you have here two links, one for the installer of the plugin itself, and one for the link on the video you are about to see. I'm going to talk a little bit about what you will see in a matter of seconds. While we are dealing with the COVID-19 situation and we are in COVID-19 Inspire Hackathon webinar, we downloaded data about the COVID-19 from the World Health Organization in the form of a simple table. We merged this data with the geometry of the states all around the world, and thanks to that, we received a very large data set having information about COVID and its spreadness all over the world for the year 2020. And you will see some examples of such data in a matter of cases and deaths, which are the most important numbers about the COVID-19, while we just choose the date of 1st September 2020 because in the Czech Republic children went to school that day. So we wanted to know the situation worldwide on the 1st of September. So you will see 4 different layers based on the same data, but with different symbology, and how you can use such prepared data to share them via the Layman plugin online, and then visualize them back through the WMS in the thick client of QGIS. So that's the short introduction, and now I ask Bente if you could play the 7-minute video which describes the work within the Layman plugin. Thank you.
Absolutely, I will do so. And before I do so, I will encourage you to pump up the volume, because the recording is a little bit low. So it might be helpful for you to pump up the volume. So here we go.
In this video, we're going to show you how to use the Layer Manager or Layman QGIS plugin. You can find the Layman plugin within the plugins on the top ribbon of QGIS, as well as you have the same icons in this part of the QGIS. I have already logged in, which means that I have chosen a hub to upload and download the data on. First of all, I registered to the hub to have the access to the hub, and now I'm going to log in to the hub through the Layman QGIS plugin. So I'm already authorized and I can work in QGIS with this plugin. I click on continue and I will show you how to work with the Layer Manager plugin. As you can see, I have here 4 data layers. In this particular case, it's a COVID global map from World Health Organization, covering the world with the data about the COVID-19 from the beginning of March till the middle of September, and I chosen the 1st September 2020 as an important date to show you data included in the dataset. We have here 4 examples of datasets about the COVID-19 globally for the 1st of September 2020. We have here the new cases for this particular date. We have here also the cumulative cases from the beginning of the infection at the particular state till the 1st of September. We have new deaths for the particular date and the cumulative deaths as well. For each of these datasets, I have created 4 different symbologies. A symbology for the layer of new cases, as you can see on the screen. I did it the same for cumulative cases and for the deaths and cumulative deaths as well. First of all, I would like to save this symbology in order to upload not only the data but the symbology with the data as well. So in the properties, I save the style. For all of these 4 examples, I created the symbology layer to represent how this layer is symbolized and visualized. And thanks to that, on the server I can upload my data not only as data itself but with symbology as well. So what can I do with Layer Manager, for example? I can export layer to the hub. As you can see, I have 4 layers available for uploading on the server. So I choose all of them to be exported on the server or a hub. Once I uploaded the layers, I can see load the layers from the Layman as well. As you can see, I have here 4 of the examples I already presented and 4 more from the previous time. I can display the data as WMS or WFS, but only with WMS the symbology is preserved. As you can see, for different layer I have different symbology, which I stored with the data and uploaded with the data together. I can upload and display a data layer one by one, but what's more interesting is work with map composition. I can handle my map compositions with this Maps Manager. As you can see, I have some existing map compositions, and I would like to create one more with my COVID global maps. I put here a title and a description of my map composition together with some other metadata. So I fill in the title and the description of my map composition, and I create the empty map composition. Now I can fill in the empty COVID map for September 2020 map composition with map layers. I can load vector layers from my canvas, aka from my QGIS, or I can use layers I uploaded on the hub, which are available to be displayed using the HSLayers-NG web application. So I choose these 4 layers I uploaded on the hub, and I reorder them in order to have the same order as I have in QGIS. And now I am satisfied with my map composition, so I close the manager. And now I can show you how to load maps from hub, and I can choose from my already created map compositions. So I will choose the COVID map of 1st September 2020, and I load the map as WMS. As you can see, I have the original data handled by QGIS in the top part of layers table, and the data visualized by WMS from the hub are displayed in the lower part of the layers, with the same symbology as the original has. And this is the end of the basic guide of the Layman QGIS plugin. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pavel. I hope you saw that very easily. Is the video, I don't see it working. You say, Pavel, well, okay, well, I saw it working, so I think everything is okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so we have one question already from M. Fonquet. Which QGIS version is suitable for Layman plugin? Do you know that on the top of your head?
Yes, it's a version 3.4 and higher.
3.
So I replied into the chat.
Oh yeah, you have already also
Yes.
implied it. Yes. Not everybody's watching the chat, so very good that we answer that. So let's see if there's any more. No questions now at this point. I just wanted to say welcome to Tula in Finland, and John, luckily he has sunshine. Thank you for the weather reports. Okay, and Cameroon, sorry, I didn't mean to overlook you. That was you who asked the questions from Cameroon, all the way from Africa. So we have a good geographical representation here. Okay, Radim has a very specific question. Is EPSG 4326 only allowed on SRS? What is that? And can you answer it?
Yeah, it's the coordination system of the data. And yes, for now, the WGS84 is the only one which is available.
Okay, thank you for that really nerdy question. Radim. Okay, we have another demonstration. I guess that's from you, František. HSLayer, you are going to introduce that, and you share your screen first before I run the video again that you pre-recorded.
Yes. So I'm gonna present another component of the data publishing workflow, and that's HSLayers. HSLayers, as I said before, is not a single client, but it's a application framework in which you can create your own web mapping application. And I also wanted to mention that those tools I'm going to present are not the only tools available for HSLayers. It's really a whole web mapping application framework you can use to create applications. Here on this slide, I've just picked those tools we are going to be dealing with. So we are going to talk about saving and loading layers, creating new layers, and loading and saving map compositions. In a short, I could say that it's nearly the same what Pavel showed in his demonstration. But this time it's completely in web environment without installing anything. The last thing before I ask to run the video is that HSLayers, like the other technologies, are completely open source. Here on this slide, you can see the link to our official site, and then you can find open GitHub repository for the project. Okay, that's for now, and enjoy the demonstration.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to do it myself, actually, that this is open source. What you are showing here is all open source, which is an interesting point. Okay,
yes.
The video goes.
HSLayers offers quite a few data management tools, which we are going to present here. There are tools for storing and loading layers. We can even create new layers with the drawing tool. And then there are tools for saving, loading, and sharing map compositions. All of this is similar to what we have seen in QGIS with the Layman plugin installed, but without the need to install or set up anything on your computer, as we are going to work solely with the web application. Okay, let's see it in action. First thing what we need to do is to log in to the web portal, which encapsulates all the tools. So let me click sign in here, fill in my credentials, and after that I will select map from the menu. Here we see a web mapping application with some interesting tools. And let's start with map layers. This is hidden under this icon. We call this the data sources panel. And you can see on the very top of the panel, there are 4 tabs. The first 2 tabs are connected to metadata catalog, to METCA catalogs. So as you can see, there can be even more than one metadata catalog connected to the application. Here then is displayed the listing of available data layers in this metadata catalog. You can filter and add layers to the map. But let's now focus on Layman. This is basically similar to QGIS plugin, which is connected to the Layman storage, and this step is the same. You might be confused why there is a login again. because we have already logged in the portal in the beginning. But you have to remember that Layman is different application than HSLayers. So we don't have to really log in again, but we have to authorize HSLayers for the access to the Layman storage. So if I press login, I don't have to enter my credentials again, but simply authorize HSLayers. And now we are logged in. But as you can see, I have no data so far in the Layman storage, so let's put there some. One of the ways how to do it is to switch to the external data tab. Here we select the type of the data. As I have shapefile, I will select shapefile. We are saving to Layman. Now I will select those files and enter some necessary attributes. And when I press add button, let's hope it will add the layer to the Layman. Okay, switch back, and we can see that there is already one layer in Layman, and it's this one we have just added. Now if you want to add this layer to the map, press this blue plus button, and there is this option whether to add this as WMS or WFS. For the sake of the rest of the presentation, I will select WFS because this one is editable. So add this one, and here we go. We can even identify now the polygons and browse through the attributes of the layer. Okay, now let's try to add some more data. As we have seen, there are some data in metadata catalog. So we will try to add, for example, those first one. It's WMS service, so we have to select some of the layers to display and add it to the map. And here it is. The COVID-19 layer now got hidden, so let's move it up here. Okay, so that was data sources panel. Now we might want to create a whole new layer, empty layer. That is when the drawing toolbar comes in handy. So let's switch to this tool. And you can see that it offers to create features of 4 basic geometries: points, polygons, polylines, and circles. So let's select point, for example. And you can see that now we are drawing to layer COVID-19, which is the layer we have added few moments ago. And it's not probably what we really want. Because if you remember, I've added this layer to the map as WFS, which is editable layer, and all the editable layers are offered here for editing. But for the sake of presentation, let's create a new drawing layer for those points. Okay. And now draw some points to the layer. Those new points are automatically synchronized to the Layman layer. So this layer we just created is already stored in Layman, and all the geometries, all the features we have drawn are stored there. We can check this by going back to data sources, and you can see that in Layman we already have this layer stored. Okay, as we have added some data to the map and created this nice composition, we might now want to save this as a composition to the server for later use or for the sake of sharing with others and so on. So that's what this Save Current Map tool is for. You can see on the top that we are again storing the composition to layman. We are logged in, layman. So everything we need to do is fill in some attribute data about the composition. So I'll put there again some description. Here you can select layers, current layers from the map, which you want to include in the composition. I want to include all of them, so let's keep it like this and click next. On this next slide, you can enter some metadata about yourself, but let's keep it here and save this composition. And you can see that the composition was saved successfully to layman catalog. So far, we have loaded layers, created data, and saved map compositions, which is really something that every one of you can do right now with those tools, whether you use QGIS or web application. It's important to mention that the metadata of all the compositions that you save to layman are automatically registered in MITSCA metadata catalog as well. And that means one thing, that this way you can create great community data store. You might have some interesting data which could help others, so simply publish them on the portal and share. And for browsing the existing data, there is the compositions panel. So let's move to this one. It's some way similar to the data sources panel, as there are tabs connected to the metadata catalog and to layman. But this time we are not seeing map layers, but map compositions. So in this MITSCA tab, you can see compositions that already exist on the server. This one is the one we have created a few minutes ago. And this is the same one, but stored in layman storage. So this is the composition itself. This is the metadata about it. But when you want to open it in this map application, it doesn't matter whether you do it from the metadata catalog or from layman catalog. The result is the same. So let's try and open some other composition which someone else prepared. Simply click on the composition, and now you can choose to continue, which means that it opens this composition in a brand new empty map, or merge compositions, which will take the layers from the composition and merge it with your actual map. Let's click continue and open the composition as it was prepared. Okay, there is probably one last thing that I should mention, that you can also share those compositions to social media. You can do it either from here, from the compositions panel with this button. Then you have the social networks to choose here, or there is a special separate tool for sharing here, which offers the same. Well, that was a short summary of the data management tools available in HSLayers. And let's move to the rest of the presentation.
František, for some very good introductions, instructions, and demonstrations. And the same goes for you, Pavel. I think they were really good demos and I'm sure they can be used also beyond this webinar. So now, oh, I see. I was going to give Maria the floor because she had a hand, but she had to go. I don't know. Let's see if I can, if she actually has left or not. Anyways, the floor is open for you to ask questions. Any comments? I'm looking at the chat here to see if there were any questions other than what we have answered. I don't see any. And Maria may or may not be here still with us. I'm not quite sure. She said she had to leave and she would watch the videos later. Do you have any other comments or something you want to add now based on, well, the feedback from the audience, the questions that we actually got?
Well, I would like to add that the step-by-step guide for installing and making the layman QGIS plugin operational will be provided by a link. It's provided within our challenge number 3, COVID-19 Inspire Hackathon team. So feel free to join us. We would welcome you warmly. And that's everything I wanted to add.
Yes.
Thank you.
On your heart, yes. Let me see. Yeah, so there's a number of, this is one of the challenges in the COVID-19 Inspire Hackathon. Is it still room for people to join you in this challenge?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So because when do we end when is the deadline again for the final event? Did we decide on that? I think we did.
19th of November, I believe.
Yes. Yes. So there's still room. A lot can be done, right? There's a possibility to work. Yes. Thank you so much, Hannah. Hannah just posted in the chat a link where you can read more about the challenge, and also with clickable links where you actually can sign up to become a member of this team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are more than welcome. It's not too late to join this challenge. Muhammad, you joined late, and absolutely the entire video is recorded and will be made available. And since you have registered, you will actually get the video later today, so you can enjoy it. We will also, as I said I said it in the chat, but I can repeat it. We will post this recording also on YouTube. Hannah will post it on Plan for All. You will get to see the slides that were presented. This is all about capacity building and training as well. So we really appreciate that we get all these presentations, and it will be able to, and you will be able to use it beyond even the hackathon. Okay, Tula, challenge number 8 has discussed the idea to map out regions of microbes in the soil. We will connect you later. Sounds like an interesting challenge. And indeed, Carol, I think you can confirm this, that we have seen on prior Inspire hackathons, we have seen that there's a cross fertilization and collaboration across different challenges. You're mute, Carol.
Sorry, I have to unmute. We are happy if the challenges are cooperated, because, okay, on the end we are announcing some winning challenge, but this is not important. Important is to bring new technology, to connect people, to reuse the result from previous project, and to help to solve number of problems. We are also trying to in some way discuss and publish our result, and Bente knows that yesterday we presented this result of this challenge and result of challenge 5. Maybe Hannah, that you can link also to the challenge 5, and on the meeting of organized by W3C and OGC to discuss with other initiative how to standardize and how to make such exchange of the data easy and better. Bente knows that the most of other presentation was could be on the low level standardization. We came with the idea that people, normal user, need to have also this could be higher level standardization to make with the work easy. And we had yesterday 1 hour presentation, and I think that it was interesting. Yes, I hope that it will be also in the future available, and we can share also our presentation soon, and we will be happy to cooperate to attract people, because we see here as good chance, and I think that many countries need to have such solution, and if there will be larger community there, it is easy. Our cooperation is now across more countries. Yes, the core team about these 2 challenges is between Czech, Latvia, Norway, and we will be happy to have more people on board.
Yes. Absolutely, Carol. You just underlined that this is an open community. The main point is to collaborate and to maintain and continuity in this collaboration, and the results are the most important. But of course, these hackathons provide us with a possibility to celebrate and have some fun, some fun competitions. But the most part is, of course, that we maintain this community of open data and open source. So, and you are absolutely welcome at any point of time, except when the hackathon in this case is over, then you have to look for the next one, but you are more than welcome to join us. Don't be shy, don't think that it's too late. You are more than welcome to join. With that, I don't see any more questions. I thank you again, Hannah, for providing links to the challenge number 5. You have that in the chat, and everything will be made available on Plan for All. Do by all means follow us on Twitter, Plan for All on Twitter, and do visit the planforall.eu website.
Okay. I still have a few things I would like to add. So
yes,
if I can share my screen again.
Absolutely.
Okay. What I wanted to add and go briefly through this summary of the webinar, that we have demonstrated 2 different tools. We have demonstrated QGIS as a desktop tool and HSLayers as a web tool, web application. But it's important to highlight that they both use the same data storage, which is layman. And that means that when you create data or compositions in QGIS, you will also see the same data in HSLayers and vice versa. And I'll maybe say once more that all the compositions that you create are automatically available in MITSCA metadata catalog and are easily shareable with others. And what I would like to ask you, if you haven't done so, please register to the Smart AfriHub. There is a link in this presentation. Install QGIS layman plugin and fiddle with all those tools. Try to explore what they offer. Give us feedback if you find some bugs or something that could be enhanced some way. And of course, as Carol mentioned in the beginning, we are trying to create a community of people and data and share those data amongst the people. So if you have some interesting data, please contact us, join the challenge, and share the data with others. And as we have already said too, this challenge number 3 is connected to many other challenges. There I mentioned 3 challenges, but as we can see, it will also be connected to challenge number 8 and maybe some else. So the expected outcomes of not only of this challenge, but of our work nowadays is a community of users which will share the data and use the presented tools. And of course, as Carol mentioned in the very beginning, it's never-ending development. So even during the hackathon, we are working on enhancing and fixing those tools and sharing it with others. Okay, that's probably a lot.
Maybe, František, I will add something more because we stress a lot during our presentation open source, open data, but I would like also mention that we are supporting standards, yes, because standards are important, yes, to be possible to exchange data, exchange maps from one platform to other. You need to work with the standards. So all components which was mentioned are supporting the common Open Geospatial Consortium standard. This is very important, but in some cases we have to go beyond current standard because not all what we are now implementing for this exist standard. So we are this is the reason why we are trying to speak with as a group and discuss how these things could be standardized, because there is some time of experiences, and I think that standards cannot be done from the table, yes, but that standard has to be done on the base of practical experiences. So I think that open data, open source, and standards are, from my point of view, of future for citizen science, geospatial information, and all other.
Yes, and I can only underline that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I was stealing a little bit of your thunder there, but I don't think a good thing can be repeated often enough. So that's fine. Ronald, thank you for your kind words. Yes, you got some instructions. You saw more, several of the other challenges that was identified as collaborative challenges. Yes, do we have anything else? I think we are ready to just attack the problems, right?
Sure.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Bente, I think that I have repeat on the end one sentence, yes, that Inspire Hackathon, it is not event, it is process, yes, and we will run this hackathon, and I hope that we will run much more hackathons in the future, because our goal is not to stop with the development. And if anybody from you knows the history of our hackathon, you can see that many things what was starting on some hackathon previously return sometimes back, could be on better layer. And I don't know if you remember, but for example, about this challenge 5, first demo about whiteboard was discussed already on Barcelona First Hackathon, yes? Yeah. So now it became more and more reality. So we would like to connect project, we would like to connect activity, and hope that you will join to work, us will join our community, and we will have more and more chances to meet and to do something for future.
Absolutely. Thank you for those important words, Carol. With that, I think we will see you again in the next. There will be several webinars in the COVID Inspire Hackathon also later. I don't remember the calendar for that, but go again to the planforall.eu webpage, and you will be updated on what's happening. And if you follow us on social media, both on Facebook and on Twitter, you will be able to catch up on future webinars and hackathons, as Carol said. Thank you so much. Great presentations today, interesting conversation, and very good questions, some of them delightfully nerdy. So until the next time, bye-bye for now.
See you next time.
See you, bye.